We currently have a crazy deal going on over at poodlecfb.com. If you use code BACKTOSCHOOL, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, you get 50% off the annual plan. And if you use code BACKTOSCHOOL2025, again, all lowercase with the number 2, you get 40% off the monthly plan. That is the best deal we've ever ran over there. Make sure to take advantage. This is a locked-in grandfather deal, so if you lock yourself into this deal, you have it for the lifetime of your membership. So come check it out, sign up, don't miss out on the best deal we've ever ran. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 26 video, and in today's video, I'm gonna be going over the ultimate guide to coaching in Dynasty mode. Guys, before we get into the video, our ultimate CFB guide has officially dropped. You don't want to miss it. It is the most digestible piece of content I've ever put out there. You can go through that on a daily basis whenever you have some free time and learn basically everything you need to know in the game. The best build, the best packages, the best meta, the best exploits, the best position changes, the best thing to do, the best XP method. Everything you think you could need to know or don't even know you need to know is in there. It's an easy guide. It's over on a Google Doc, so it is live updating, which means you're able to just go through whenever you want, and it'll be live updating whenever you access it. If you haven't already, guys, code BACKTOSCHOOL, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, gets you half off the annual plan, which is the best deal we've ever ran. If you lock that deal in now, you are grandfathered for the rest of your lifetime over on poodlecfb.com. And if you prefer the monthly, code BACKTOSCHOOL2025 gets you 40% off the monthly plan, which is another phenomenal deal and the best one we've ever ran for the monthly. Make sure to check it out. The links will be down below. You do not want to miss out on these deals. Get locked in right ahead of the college football season and be ready to go. So I get the question all the time, custom versus current, and if I go either route, what should I do based on my dynasty? So I'm going to make the case for both, and then once you're in both of them, where you should go based on your dynasty. So let's start by starting in dynasty here. And guys, as per usual, the team I choose for our coach build video does not matter. But to make you guys happy, let's choose a really bad team, because I know that someone will be really happy out there if I choose the South Alabama Jaguars, because that makes this video a lot better. So with the South Alabama Jaguars, let's go through this. The coach for or against. When deciding if you're going to do a custom or a current coach, and I know you guys may have started dynasties already, but you're going to be restarting dynasties. You're going to be in a dynasty that you just started where you can just fix your coach up. So it's very useful for you regardless of where you're at in your dynasty. So there's two ways to do this. My recommendation is before you join a league or you're going to start a coach, whatever you're doing, map out the league timeline. That's the most important thing. Find out from your commissioner, or if you've been in the league long enough, how long does this league run? Any league you've been in, you can just ask them. There's a timeline. There's a 48 hours, 72 hours. Do they play on holidays? Do they elongate advances? Ask anyone in the league, ask the commissioner. You'll find out pretty quickly. Like last year, we ran 7 years. The year before, we ran 8. So you'll know they average between 7 and 8. I've been in a league that averages 15. Very different. So first find out, is it a 4-year league? Is it a 7-year league? Is it a 15-year league? Is it just a league with some of your friends that you're going to play for like 2 weeks and just knock out 3 seasons? You're going to play 3 seasons only? That changes a lot. So let's start there. Now, when deciding between a custom or current coach, that comes down to 2 things for me. A, timeline, and 2, build trajectory. So first, what I recommend doing, especially if you're a poodlecfb.com member, is using our coach build calculator to find out what your ideal build is. Once you know what your ideal build is, that's how I decide between a current and a custom coach. Because some current coaches, let's say Major Applewhite is a strategist. Let's say your build is primarily strategist. He's only level 28. He hasn't unlocked too much. This may be a good way to head start your way into strategist early on. So sometimes a current coach, although I'm not usually a fan, some of them, such as Deion Sanders, who has Elite Recruiter and Talent Developer, is one of my ideal builds, is a great head start. So that's the first thing you want to do, is be deciding between that. Otherwise, custom. Now, there is one caveat here, like I do say, that's why your timeline's important. If your league's only going to be running about 5 to 6 seasons, don't choose a custom almost ever, because a current coach will at least give you something to utilize in the first few seasons. In that case, I would just pick my team somewhat skewed off of what the current coach has package-wise. So if you do have a current versus custom coach, it is so important for you to figure out your timeline, because a custom coach takes about 3 to 4 seasons to finally get off the ground. If you're only playing 5 to 6, you didn't really get a benefit out of that. For instance, let's say Elite Recruiter on Deion in Colorado, he starts with it. You could be an Elite Recruiter for the first 6 seasons. If you pick a custom, you won't get that until at least season 3 at the earliest, and even then you probably likely still don't get it because you're not going to get top 5 every year. So it's so important that you do understand that when doing that. But once you're in your coaches, there's a few things to understand about timelines here. So let's go into a custom coach so you can see it. My general starting point for all my coaches is recruiter right now. But the reason it really is for a new coach is because you get the active perk bonus at National Signing Day, which I'm going to go through. But you guys, if you've been watching me long enough, you should know about the active recruiting perk already. So basically, every archetype has a perk, and if you have the active recruiting perk active at the moment, you do get a XP bonus for it. So in the first season, it's important to start as recruiter for me, because every ideal build I do starts with recruiter, whether or not I use it. So you don't have to spend any points on each to have it. You get 100 XP for every recruit you sign. So at the end of the year, when your class is done, you get the bonus XP, then you can switch to motivator, so on and so forth. So here's where builds get interesting for me, whether you're current or custom. Timelines of the league. If your league is not going to be running more than about 4 seasons, and this is what I refer to as like the friends and family type quick leagues, where you guys are just going to quickly get a team, you're going to play 3 to 4 seasons, play each other in the natty a few times, and then restart. If you're in a league like that, you have to understand that your build's going to be so different. If you're in a league like that, you're probably saying to yourself, like, I'm going to go get CEO, I'm going to get elite recruiter, I'm going to dominate them. You have to understand, if you're in a 1 through 4 season league, your strategy completely changes. And I feel like a lot of people don't always think that. So that's why I always say with my coach builds, take it into account with what your league is doing. So if you're in a seasons 1 through 4 type league, or just a league that takes forever to advance, you're not getting CEO unless you start with it. But honestly, a lot of the CEO advantages, by the time you get them, they're not going to help you much. You're not getting program builder, win 5 playoff games, and even if you do, by the time you get it, it's not helping you much. You want things that are going to impact you for those first 4 seasons. So there's actually a world where Tactician is one of the best packages. Tactician helps you win. Helps you on game day, helps you in sims. It is a very useful package. The problem is, when we are trying to maximize our ceiling when building out our coaches, we are focused on our long-term ceiling. So yes, if you can unlock elite recruiter and CEO and talent developer, and then you play another 5 to 10 seasons, you're going to dominate everyone. The problem is, if you're only playing 4 seasons, by the time you get talent developer, elite recruiter, CEO, program builder unlocked, even if you do, it's not going to help you much because it's going to be done. So that's where I recommend in shorter sims, like even this in 1 to 4 seasons, these first 3 here, very useful. Hot hand tier 2, typically something I don't care for, but staying hot and helping you actually win games, because in seasons 1 through 4 leagues, you're mainly focused on just winning games, getting a ring, right, getting a trophy. You're not really focused on much else. You're not focused on long-term recruiting strategy or long-term growth or long-term anything really. So that's where like the base 4 recruiting packages, like you want to just unlock whatever you can. So if you're in a 1 through 4 league, remember that you're not going to reach level 100. You're not going to get all the stuff unlocked. So what you want to really be doing is just the things you can unlock. He's going to be recruiter, motivator, and tactician. I'm likely maxing out tactician. I'm likely maxing out motivator here, because at that point it's one of the few things I'm going to be able to get. And I'm likely maxing out recruiter, because you kind of want to just be unlocking whatever you can to benefit you at the fact that you're only going to play 1 to 4 seasons. Now, the next step comes in that 4 to 8 range. If you're in a league that plays between, or let's call it the 5 to 8 range, the 5 to 8 range season range, that's where I start to kind of like lean. So in a 1 to 4 league, I likely don't do a custom coach. I like to do a current coach and then upgrade whatever they have available. It makes it a lot easier. Now, if you're in a 5 to 8 league, that's where I start to think, okay, custom coach becomes more viable, because again, there are some current coaches that suck. You guys have seen this. I always use USC Lincoln Riley as an example. He's level 63, and I don't like almost anything he has unlocked. Now, while you say, okay, well, you can upgrade other things, he's already level 63. It's going to take a long time to get to level 65 and 67. It gets a lot harder, exponentially harder as you get higher in levels. So here's the problem. He doesn't come with motivator, talent developer, anything I want. So for me to get motivator tier 1 through 3 on one guy, that's going to cost me about 3 levels, 2 levels, give or take, 2.5. For him to level up 2.5 times, it takes like half a season. So it's going to take me a season just to get tier 3 on one position. It'll take me like 7 seasons to finish this. You're better off starting a custom coach at level 0, get to level 5 in the first 2 games, and be able to basically upgrade most of this. See, that's the difference with custom coaches. So if we're in that 5 to 8 range and your current coach isn't really good, I lean custom coach all day. Now remember, what 5 to 8 range is though, that requires a lot of user intuition. If you can unlock elite recruiter by like year 2 or by year 3, 4, it's worth it if you're going 8 seasons, because then you get another 4-ish or so to maybe utilize it. But you got to have it by year 3, because if you don't, if you get it by year 4, by the time those recruits are on the field, it's year 8. It's basically over. So elite recruiter and CEO start to get into the picture if you can unlock them right away. Where I lean in almost anything, anytime ever, is motivator and talent developer. Motivator, talent developer, and I'd say really those two are universally acceptable in any range, because the next range is going to be the 9 to 14 range, and then basically from there. After 9 seasons, everything's in play. that's where the CEO elite recruiter ceiling starts come into the build. A lot of people don't look at that either. It's like, oh, you recommended elite recruiter here, but then here you didn't. Yeah, so if you're going to play 9+ seasons, those high ceiling builds, like bringing in 15 5-stars, insta committing guys, 8 visits, more the merrier, dev trade upgrades, that stuff all comes into the picture after the fact. And I always tell you guys, this CFB runs in cycles. So if you're playing a league that's 1-4, here's the issue with a 1-4 league. In a 1-4 league, and I'm talking seasons here again, is that if you do recruiting level stuff, in year 1, let's say you bring in a few good guys. So in year 2 is going to be their freshman year. You're going to redshirt them. They're not going to be redshirt freshmen until year 3. So year 3 is your second to last season, and your recruits haven't even touched the field yet. And then your second year guys or your third year guys, those guys aren't even going to play on the field ever. So basically, if you're in a short league, recruiting doesn't matter. If you're in a league 9+, that means that your first few waves of good recruit classes will actually go through multiple cycles of one whole class, another whole class. That's why after like year 9 or 10, I'm all in on the CEO, program builder, recruiting type builds. Any other one, like University, is going to be motivator, talent developer, because player progression happens every year. You can upgrade current day players. You can upgrade the rookies or freshmen, I should say, on your roster. You can upgrade your recruits coming in. Those are great. Tactician's only really good in those short, quick hitter leagues. And then in long-term leagues, that's where I focus on CEO and elite recruiter. Now, again, use your intuition. If you're in a 1-star school league and you're in season 7 or 8 and your team's finally coming around and you're only going to play 12 seasons and you finally get elite recruiter, at that point, I would just give up on it. At that point, just spend the points like on talent developer or something that could actually help you out, because elite recruiter after year 8, 9, even in a long-term league, is not going to help you as much, especially if you know you're only going to run like 12, 13. If you're running a 20-year league, it changes a little bit, but I've run into that with a lot of people. That's why my small school build, and I know I call it the small school build, so you're like, wait, but I built them up. Small schools take 4, 5, 6 seasons to build up. So by the time you can actually utilize it, it's kind of like in that 1-4 range again, because if you're only playing 10 seasons, you're going to just be starting there. That's why I recommend a different style for small schools, which focuses on player development to get you higher quicker, which does help you potentially get to elite recruiter, because then you're going to have a better team, you're going to grow quicker. But that's where I stand. These 3 right here, CEO, program builder, and elite recruiter, are more dialed in for 8+ season leagues, 9+ season leagues. These 2 right here, talent developer, motivator, are for any style of league. Tactician, I only like in the 1-4 range. Strategist fits in like that 5 and after, because some of strategist stuff is about recruiting, like Mind Reader is a recruiting strategy. I do like it for the deal breaker aspect, but it is expensive to get there. But I think if you're just going for tier 3, it is definitely useful at any point, because that does retain players. But the problem is you still have to unlock it. It's going to take a few seasons to unlock it, so there's that. Archetype for me really doesn't have a role yet this year. I feel like it's just a less organic version of talent developer, and I'd rather just go that route. Can you do both? Absolutely, you can do both, but it really becomes tough to fit it into everything you guys do. And remember, keep this in mind with your coordinators too. This applies there as well. If you're in a 1-4 season league, don't be bringing in recruiting coordinators. Bring in scheme gurus, motivators, talent developers. If they have recruiting, that's not a problem as long as they have talent developer, motivator. Or if they have recruiter, but they also have tactician or scheme guru, that's fine. Remember, you're trying to play to win now. 1-4 leagues are really play to win now. 5 to 8's like, we're playing to win now with a little room for growth. Anything after that, there's room to grow. Also, consider your team selection too. If you're deciding between a bunch of 1-star schools in a 1-4 league, don't just pick the one you like. Pick the one with the best day 1 coaching and roster. If it's a 5 to 8 league, you can kind of go away from that a little bit. If it's after that, pick what you want because you just want to build them. This is something you have to be factoring in all your decisions when picking your team. This is how I would do my coach. That's all the considerations I make when I decide on my league and how I'm going to be building my coaches. And again, there's packages in here that help more than others. For instance, coordinators are less likely to leave. I care more about that in a long-term build. In a short-term build, hopefully I can just hold on to them. Like things like this, I probably wouldn't waste too much money on. Earning more XP for your coach, maybe in a short-term league, I prefer that. Because the reason I don't like it long-term is because I'm wasting 16 points. I'm going to hit level 100 anyways. But in a 1-4, 5, 6, 7 year league, maybe you want the extra boost in points. You can get more coaching points as quickly as possible in a shorter term league because you're never going to hit 100 anyways, so it's going to be wasted points. That's definitely a consideration. Extra persuades to keep more players. Things like that are things that I don't look at in long-term builds like Tactician that I may consider more in a short-term league style. Hopefully this did help you guys out with kind of like my thought process behind coaches, custom versus current. For current, I really only take them if it's a short-term league or they give me a head start on what I already want. For instance, if your coach starts with recruiter and talent developer or with CEO, like things that you know you're going to get with what I call little wasted points, or they're already kind of a head start, they're worthwhile. Coaches like Lincoln Riley, who started at level 60, are actually worse than a level 0 coach, because for him, if he has no packages you want, he's basically going to grow super slow going forward, and it's going to take forever to get what you want, when a level 0 coach will get to level 20, 30 relatively quickly, and he can get what you want much quicker in like a season or two versus taking 5 to 6 with the other guy. Guys, about it for the video. Don't forget, code back to school, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, gets you 50% off the annual plan. Code back to school 2025 gets you 40% off the monthly plan. Best deal we've ever ran. You're grandfathered in. Our CFB 26 Ultimate Guide just dropped, which has all of what I'm going in here, more in depth, everything written out. You don't got to watch a video. It's like a handbook to everything you could ever need to get you through all your Dynasty leagues this year. You definitely don't want to miss it. Of course, we also have all of our other stuff like our Discord, our data lab, our data test. Our guide does include our data test side by side for you to see stuff as well. Position changes, the best ones, the worst ones. You don't want to miss it. Go check it out. And of course, guys, if you haven't already, I don't know if you guys have heard me, but Chalkboard is giving you a free $20 if you sign up with code PoodleCFB. The link will be down below. It's free. No deposit, no strings attached. All you gotta do is click the link. You get a free $20 to play with. College football is starting this past weekend. NFL starting this upcoming week. It's a free $20. Go enjoy these launch games, these day one games. Put some money on it. Have some fun. Don't forget, code PoodleCFB, or the link will auto-populate it. Go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.